This week is Parshas Korach, and it's a bit perplexing why, after Bnei Yisrael witnessed the terrifying miracle of Korach and his entire family being swallowed up by the earth alive, had the audacity to complain to Moshe and Aaron for their deaths and avoid any mention of Hashem's role in it. It could be by avoiding Hashem's role in the death of Korach, Bnei Yisrael did not have to look inward and figure out what lesson Hashem wanted them to learn from the rebellion. By focusing on Moshe and Aaron, Bnei Yisrael could channel their fear of spiritual growth by couching the entire incident as a personal one, an eternal family feud between cousins. Rav Chatzkel Levenstein, the late Mashgiach of Panovich, was once in a cab with a non-religious taxi cab driver. And during the cab drive, the driver mentioned that he did have a very good friend who was religious. Rav Chatzkel was interested. He said, "Tell me more." He said, the taxi cab driver said, "Well, after the army, a bunch of my buddies and I, we went traveling, and we ended up one night camping out in the jungle. Well, in the middle of the night, my friend starts to scream. We all wake up, and we see a boa constrictor. It wrapped itself around our friend. We really didn't know what to do. We were panicking. And one of the guys said, I know before a Jew dies, he's supposed to say Shema. So we all started to scream Shema Yisrael at the top of our lungs. Well, after we finished, we couldn't believe it. The snake had loosened its grip on our friend, and he slithered away. From that day on, my friend became religious." So Rav Chatzkel asked, he said, "Well, what about you? You were there." The man replied, "The snake was around my friend, not me." Sometimes messages are placed squarely in front of us, but we fail to receive the message. Those who complained to Moshe and Aaron had failed to internalize the public expression of Hashem's Midas Hadin, meted out to Korach and company. I was once walking with my son Eitan on a Shabbat through the old city of Yerushalayim, and in the distance we saw Rav Steinsaltz walking in our direction. As soon as Rav Steinsaltz was close enough, I went over and wished him good Shabbos and thanked him for his book on the Lubavitcher Rebbe. I told him the book had inspired me. Rav Steinsaltz looked me squarely in the face, and without any hesitation, he said, "What did it inspire you to do?" My answer to this question was not important. It was the power of his question that still resonates with me till today. It's been my experience to truly internalize a message, to truly improve as a person. It requires time to think and reflect, and then follow it up with a plan to bring it into reality. Perhaps this is why this week's Parsha concludes with the gifts Bnei Yisrael are obligated to give to Kohanim and Leviim. It's an action plan to internalize the message of Hashem. During these past few months, I've been given plenty of time to think about how pandemic has impacted me. What are my takeaway lessons? Well, last week, after 3.5 months, I started davening with a minyan again. And I realized how much I personally miss davening b'tzibur. I asked myself, will I have more regard for the reverence and sanctity of davening by not checking my phone, avoiding casual conversations during Chazar Sashatz, or simply being more mindful and sensitive towards my family and friends and people I share this world with? There's a Gemara in Kedushin which states, "Devarim shebelev eina devarim." Words unexpressed in the heart go unrecognized. The moment has arrived for me to actualize my devarim shebelev. Shabbat shalom.